I got two scary stories related. Now, most of the stories I tell, with better said than done, is my way of telling my wife, you were right and I was wrong. You see, being Italian, in the 60s in Boston, the dad never took advice from the wife. I mean, that's just the way it was. So, Thanksgiving, my wife visits us for the first time. And Thanksgiving has been a tradition. The women do all the work. After we're done, the men sit down and watch football. So I do what we normally do. Teresa, she was my fiance. No, I don't even think you were my fiance. We were just dating. So after dinner, I sit down and watch football. She comes over and she says, Tom, you want to, it's time to clean up. And I said, okay. And I sit there. I figured she's going to start cleaning up. And she's standing there, and I'm thinking, I wonder what she wants. So she goes, well, you need to help clean up. I'm scared now because I have to choose. My dad and family who are sitting there, do I stand up and do what my future wife is going to asking me to do the dishes, or do I get up and help do the dishes? And I didn't know what to do. I'm like, my heart's pounding. So finally, I decided to get up and do the dishes. So that was one scary moment for me. So the other scary moment, fast forward probably 20 years later, I used to travel around the country, and we lived in a travel trailer. I used to look for oil, and I had quit that job, so we're driving this travel trailer up through New Jersey and Pennsylvania, driving back to Boston. The brakes go out. Well, they didn't actually go out. 50% of the brakes went out. So Teresa says, well, let's just pull over the side of the road. And I said, nah, no problem. I said, I got this. So I'm driving down the road, there's a Kmart there, and she says, well, just pull into the Kmart and we'll go get it fixed. I said, nah. I said, let's just go to the top of this mountain, top of this road here, and we'll get it fixed. There's a state park up there. Oh, I didn't know it was a state park. There was a town up there. I said, I'm sure there's a big town up there. She's upset, but I know what I'm doing. So we drive up to the top of the mountain. It's a state park, nothing. I still have brakes, 50%. So I said, well, we're gonna have to turn around and go back down the hill. So we turn around, we go back down the hill. I lost all the brakes. Little did I know at the time that was the highest point in New Jersey. We were actually going sideways, good thing it was 2 lanes, around the side of the hill, the mountain. We almost went off the side of the road. We actually unbuckled our seat belts because we thought we were gonna have to jump out. So, red light at the bottom, turns green, good, because I couldn't stop anyways. I pulled into the same Kmart my wife asked me to stop in the first place, and I said, maybe I'll just stay here and get the brakes fixed. So, as an Italian, it's difficult for me to tell my wife she's right just in person, so I use these stories to let her know that 90% of the time she's right.